So mine I just released, and wow, I haven't seen a mess this spectacular since someone tried to microwave soup in a metal bowl. Sony started issuing out refunds faster than I could blink. Players were rage quitting mid-cutscene, and the bugs? The bugs had bugs. Look, I honestly feel like I was alpha testing a game that forgot it had already released. See, Mine Eye was supposed to be the next big thing. Leslie Benzies, the ex-GTA producer, was behind it, and expectations were high. But instead of polished gameplay, we got stuttering 30 FPS, brain-dead NPCs, floating cars, and enough technical issues to crash a NASA server. Xbox players didn't even get the day one patch in time. Reviews were brutal. Influencers pulled sponsored content mid-campaign, and within 24 hours, Sony had to step in and say, okay, yeah, this isn't it. It feels less like a game release and more like a public beta no one asked for. And naturally, that sent me down memory lane, back to Cyberpunk 2077, the crown king of hype turned horror. See, back in 2020, CD Projekt Red gave us one of the most ambitious RPGs ever promised, and then delivered a playable glitch museum. T-posing NPCs, broken quests, game-breaking bugs. See, if you played on PS4, you might have considered suing your console for emotional distress. It was so bad, PlayStation pulled it off the store. Like, they pulled an actual AAA game off a digital shelf, as if it was some crushed item in a JRPG. So, I keep asking myself, how the hell does this keep happening? Why do massive, well-funded studios keep shipping games that look like they were held together with chewing gum and hope? Well, the first culprits, obviously, is always the same: deadlines and investor pressure. Look, studios aren't just making games anymore. They are making promises to shareholders. And when Q4 rolls around or a holiday window opens, they will ship that game whether it's ready or not. I mean, it's like being forced to deliver a cake because the candles are lit, even if it's still butter in the oven. Then there's the old review embargo trick. If I can't review a game before launch, it's usually because the developers don't want anyone to see what kind of mess they are dropping until the pre-orders are safely in the bag. Mind's eye? Review keys were suspiciously delayed. When reviewers finally got access, the collective reaction was, oh. I mean, it's like they knew they were serving cold pizza and hoped we would not notice until the box was opened. Now, another reason, feature creep. Somewhere during development, someone gets excited and says,
hey, what if we add horseback laser combat in space?
And suddenly, the entire team's working overtime to make it happen, even if it breaks everything else. Every new system adds complexity, which adds bugs, which adds delays. I mean, unless the publisher says, nope, it's shipping now. And let's not forget technical debts. You see, most modern games are being made for PC, next gen, and sometimes old consoles like the PS4 or Xbox One. Trying to optimize a single game across wildly different hardware specs is like trying to make one outfit that fits a toddler, a teenager, and your Uncle Chukuma who only wears Hawaiian shirts. It's going to tear at the seams somewhere at some point. Then there's a marketing machine. You see, publishers often spend more time on trailers and cinematic teasers than on debugging the actual game. Mind's Eye looked gorgeous in trailers. Moody, high concept, cyber noir drama. But in reality, it played like a Netflix original you watch while scrolling your phone. And this isn't new. Remember Fallout 76 when it launched? That game launched with broken servers, disappearing NPCs, and a day one patch that was bigger than the actual game itself. Anthem had years of development and millions of dollars in budget, only to release a game that felt like a tutorial for something cooler but never arrived. Assassin's Creed Unity turned Paris into a haunted dollhouse filled with faceless people and gravity-defying baguettes. So, is this some new industry tactic? Kinda. You see, companies bank on early sales. They know patches can fix things later, but launch day cash flow is king. See, if you bought the deluxe edition, congrats, you paid extra to beta test. The worst part is that it actually works. Because even when games flop at launch, some of them get polished into gems months later. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 eventually became playable. No Man's Sky went from hello refund to wow, this is actually good now. But it took years of patching, player outrage, and memes to get there. So here I am, once again wondering why studios keep falling into the same hole and pulling us with them. And yet, I know I'll be pre-ordering the next big thing, hoping this time they get it right. At this point, maybe it's just trauma bonding. Anyway, let me know in the comments which game launch broke your spirits the most. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. As for me, I'll be here with a controller, a therapist, and a refund request ready to go. Peace.